Hi there, this is Raghunath. I run a social service for teenagers called How You Can. Starting from a very humble background, using completely self taught methods and study habits, I was fortunate to get entry and graduate from IIT Madras, IIM Bangalore, and also a chartered accountant, All India 6th. Over a long career in financial services, I rose to become the managing director and CEO of one of India's largest investment banks. You may wonder, why am I sharing all this? How do I come to do what I now do? Using the learnings of over my 40 years, I believe that teenage years are extremely crucial, not just from an academic foundation standpoint, but also from personality development for life. And these two are interconnected. With my learnings over 40 years, as a way of giving back to society, I now provide counseling to teenagers on skills they will find useful, especially if you have issues on academics. In a series of videos focusing on time management for you as a teenager, I help you learn the concepts, methods, and habits that will help you, as it did for me over my academic and professional journey. In the previous video, we learned about why should we manage time. What is the big need for us to manage this resource called time? In this video, I'm going to talk to you about what is it that we mean when we are managing time. What is this thing called managing time? What are its characteristics at a big picture level? Not exactly get into the full details. There are a lot of videos for that. At a big picture level, what is this thing called managing time, so you're clear what are you achieving here? We all know time is the biggest and most valuable resource you have at this time of your life, and perhaps over life, because you cannot borrow time from somebody, nor can you recover lost time. Then let's understand, in my view, what are the main characteristics, the features of this thing called managing time. The basics, as I call it. First and foremost, please get it very clearly in your mind. Time management is not rocket science. It is not a big science. It is but a mere habit, the way you function. Just like any other habit that you have. Could be a jog in the evenings, could be eating, could be playing. It's just a habit. It is how you function. It is nothing separate called time management. It is your engagement in your day-to-day routine and how you engage with them. That is all there is to it. Secondly, and this is where I'm going to give you a decision to take. And this is an important decision to take because that is influencing how we are going to manage your time. You're going to make a choice today at this stage of your life. Invest enough time on everyday basis on studies in order, and perhaps because of that, you will be happy later in life and for life. Perhaps because you invested the time in studies adequately, you learned well. Because you learned well, you perhaps did well in your exams, got admission to a college where the teaching quality is very good. And because of that knowledge, you're either able to do very well in your business, if it's your own business, or able to get a job in a good company because you had the knowledge and the learning, and because you invested all your time at this stage of life. On the other hand, you could say, I'm extremely happy today. I have my friends to chat with, I have my video games to play. They're so wonderful. YouTube videos to watch, Insta posts, Snap. I'm going to keep doing them. They are giving me so much happiness today. I can study later. I will study later. But trust me, friends, that later when you try to catch up. you are going to have a lot more time to invest to even just be on the income level that can make you live. I've seen so many teenagers who did not focus on studies and give the time it needs at this stage of life when they are 25 or 27 are really struggling to catch up, to even have a basic level of income or self-respect or respect from others. You make the choice today. This does not mean for a moment it's going to be only studies. We're not saying 20 out of 24 or 16 out of 24 hours study. All I'm trying to say is you do enough that will still leave enough time for you to chill and have breaks and fun, what you call fun. It is a good balance you try to make. You don't need to be only child studying or only chilling. You need to find the balance between these two, and that is exactly what time management is about. I will go to the extent of saying breaks are a necessity for you to be productive when you sit down and study. Yes, you do have the ability to study and have breaks, but in equal or good proportions. When we manage something, say time, what is it that you do? What are you actually doing when you manage time? I'm going to present that to you in a very simple way. When you manage time, you basically decide on 4 things. You decide on 4 things and act on them. Firstly, you decide what to do. Should I do maths today, which has got a homework due in 2 days? Or should I do music exam because that's my extracurricular learning, which is due 1 month from now? Or should I do the lab report, which is due next week? You decide, what should I do? You may decide, I'll do maths today because that's due 2 days from now. Having decided what to do, you then have to decide when to do it. Today, tomorrow, next week, next month, or I will go to the extent of even saying which time of the day. We all know some of you are sharpest, perhaps early in the mornings, like I used to be, or maybe late at night. So isn't it logical to then do your toughest subject when you're sharpest? I used to do the toughest subjects in the mornings. Or for example, there are certain walks of your studies, like writing a lab report. I used to have engineering drawing. Those are to be done at a stretch. 2 hours, 3 hours. You can't do it in half an hour slots. I used to do them over weekends. So you decide when to do those kind of activities. Morning history or evening science or drawing in Saturdays. When should I play? All these are decided on when to do. Having decided what to do, when to do, now comes the very important question. We all know you have to do enough. How much to do? This is very critical. For example, you may have, say, a homework with 40 maths problems to submit 5 days from now. You can decide, I'll do 1 problem today and 39 on the 4th day. Or I'll do 10 today, 10 tomorrow, 10 day after, and 10 on the 4th day, and boom, 5th day this homework goes. Some of you, many of you may be feeling this. Some subjects you like a lot. You may say, I love maths. So you tend to keep doing maths more and more because it's good, it's coming to you, you're doing well in that. At the cost of maybe something else which is not coming to you naturally, maybe languages, maybe Hindi or Marathi or Kannada. You cannot do too much of something or too little of something else. You have to do a balanced way of enough for everything. Having decided what to do, when to do, how much to do, as with any plan, you have to actually stick to that. You have to actually do what you decided to do. You may have decided, today evening, 6 to 7, I'm going to revise what the teacher taught in science today. So what are you going to do? You're going to sit in front of the book, but in that 1 hour, if you do not actually study, you're sitting in front of the book, but you're not actually studying. That 1 hour is gone. You did not do your plan. You actually do, if you said 6 o'clock science study, 6 o'clock you have to start, and 6 o'clock you have to actually study. So what to do, when to do, how much to do, and actually doing it are the basic components of what everybody calls time management. Nothing big, not a rocket science, it's just these. The specifics of them we will learn in videos much later, but I feel one of the most important facets of human beings is when you try to embrace a new concept or a new way of living, the biggest hurdle comes in your mind and thoughts that affect you in making progress in one way or impede your progress in another way. You're prey to your thoughts. Many of you may be getting caught in a lot of negative thoughts. And these are going to hold you back from doing something constructive, learning time management and practicing it. So unless we sort of substitute those thoughts and myths and beliefs with positive concepts, positive learnings, positive thoughts, positive way of looking at things, you may not be able to make progress even if you learn time management skills tomorrow. In the following set of videos, we will learn about how to substitute positive thoughts in your mind. This video is in a way generically usable for all teenagers, but I know each of you is different and unique. If any of you have any issues, doubts specific to you, I am available privately to you to help you understand things better. All you have to do is WhatsApp me on my number 98-203-45323 or email me. I will make sure that I help you understand how you can specific to you.